In this video, I'm going to share 3 unusual and profitable Printify products you can easily customize and start selling on Etsy. Personalization is huge on Etsy. More shoppers than ever are turning to Etsy for custom, one-of-a-kind gifts. In fact, personalized items drove over 1/3 of all Etsy sales in Q4 last year, and search interest is only climbing. Choosing the right customizable products can set your shop apart, so let's dive in. Number 1 is personalized puzzles. What's nice with selling personalization is you're not limiting yourself to one audience or one niche, because with personalization, your customer is able to create whatever they want, so the sky is the limit. But you'll see here as I scroll through the search results that these sellers, although they're still offering personalization, they are still targeting specific niches. So we'll see here with this one, they're targeting families, so a family photo, new parents with a brand newborn baby. Here's one for pet parents. Here's one targeting towards weddings. And then let's say Father's Day, so daddy, daughter. Here's another pet puzzle, and so on. So with offering personalization, you still need to figure out unique ways to stand out in search results and grab your customer's attention. So a thought that I just had is you could create several listings with the same product, targeting different audiences. So you can create a listing with custom puzzles for family photos, for pets, for nurses, for teachers, etc. And this way you're marketing to several different audiences and increasing your chances of being found. Let's look at how these puzzles are actually performing on Etsy. So with my EverBee product analytics tool here, I can sort through these results and really get a good indicator if they are selling and if they're making any money. And there's several different ways that you can filter your search results here to get specific results to what you're wanting to find. So for example, I can come up here to filter and I can sort these results by listing age. So I can have a max listing age, which can really refine your results and figure out how current listings are performing that are brand new. Let's say you sort your results and you sort it by 2 months old and a listing has a high sales volume within those 2 months. It's an indicator that that is a hot item and that you need to be figuring out why it's selling, why it's performing well, what it's lacking, and how you can fill that gap and offer that to customers on Etsy. For our examples today, I will be sorting this by all time. You'll see here you can sort it by last month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. And here EverBee gives you a lot of different data from price, sales, revenue, trends, growth rate, total sales, total reviews, and then listing age here plus more. So I filtered this by all time. I'll sort it by sales. And this top performing listing here for custom puzzles, we'll see has monthly sales is 406, monthly revenue is close to $10,000, total sales is 13,258. The listing age is 36 months old. It has over 2,500 reviews, and you can see it's getting a lot of engagement. So over 500,000 views, 14,000 favorites, and its average monthly review is 72. EverBee also gives you a conversion rate of the listing, and then you can also look at their trends graph. So if I expand this here, something interesting with this specific puzzle, it tends to peak at the end of the year during the holidays. So you'll see come November, sales start to pick up, and it starts to max out in December. Again, sales start to trickle out during the year, and then come November it starts to peak again and maxes in December, and then that same trend continues to happen. So this is an indicator that puzzles is a great item to sell in your store during the holiday seasons. So let's go ahead and look at this listing on Etsy. With the EverBee plugin, you'll get a highlight of those stats that we just discussed, which is nice for quickly doing trend research, and other indicators that I want to talk about that will confirm that this listing is actually selling and performing well. Number 1, this badge that Etsy gives it. So in demand, 17 people bought this in the last 24 hours. So you know that it is popular. And then the next one that you should always check to confirm if a product is actually performing well is its reviews. So if you come down here to its reviews and we sort it by most recent, this is a huge indicator if people are currently buying this item. So we'll see here for this puzzle, there's a review on the 10th, the 10th, the 10th, the 10th, the 10th, the 9th, the 9th, the 9th. So you know that this item is being bought often and people are loving it and they're giving it good feedback. And the good news is Printify offers this product. So they have a few different options to choose from. They have a jigsaw puzzle with 10, a kid's puzzle 30 piece, then a more standard puzzle. So they have 120, 252, and 500 piece. Again, here's another one, but it looks like this one offers 1,014 piece. And then similar here, just the puzzle size is slightly different. So 96, 252, 500, and 1,000. So we'll look at this specific product here. So the material is made out of 100% chipboard, the different piece options here, available in vertical or horizontal orientation, and a glossy laminated finish. So it looks like a pretty nice product. The print provider is highly rated, 9.5. It's located in the US. Average production time is 2.3 days, so fairly quick. And then print area is the front. And then as mentioned before, they have 4 different sizes, but they do it horizontal or vertical, so 8 sizes total, I assume. And another key feature here is the paper box. The puzzle comes in a paper box with your artwork printed on the top. Just like this example that we showed here, you'll see they have the puzzle and then they have the artwork on the box itself. Alrighty, now let's price this out and see what type of money you can make with this puzzle from our costs on Printify and then what they're selling for on Etsy. So we'll go to provider info here, and for the examples today I will be using the prices for Printify Premium. If you're not familiar with Printify Premium, you pay a monthly subscription, but in return it reduces your costs and increases your margins. So it's well worth paying for Printify Premium if you're selling more than 3 or 4 items a month, because it will pay for itself. So let's go ahead and plug these numbers in here. We'll do a 520 piece puzzle for Printify Premium price. That will be $12.02. I'll be using my EverBee profit calculator to figure out what type of margins we have on this and our net profit. So cost of item is $12.02. The shipping cost for this 500 piece puzzle for, let's say, standard shipping, 2 to 5 business days, for a 520 piece puzzle, that costs $8.39 to ship. Okay, now let's look at that first example that I showed you. It looks like they are charging for a 500 piece puzzle, so 20 pieces less with shipping delivery time. So they have 3 to 4 business days. We'll do that since that's in the same time frame of the shipping that we selected on Printify. They are charging $37.59. And then it looks like they are charging $9.99 for shipping. Okay, for payment method, we will select Etsy payments, calculate. So total fees and costs is $25.38, and total net profit is $22.20. And your net profit margin would be 46%, which is extremely good for print on demand. I want to look at a few more examples just to confirm that they can sell at this price point and that they are profitable. So this next example, it looks like they're charging $44.13 for a 500 piece puzzle. And it looks like they are offering free shipping. For this example, their net profit is $19.08 and net profit margin is 43%. So again, a very great margin for print on demand. And this final example here, for a 500 piece puzzle, looks like they are charging $34.80. And that's just for a picture puzzle. If you want to add text, they do charge more. And then for shipping, they are charging $5.90. Okay, so this one's making a little bit less, but the net profit is still very good, $15.97. Net profit margin is 39%. And what's handy with the EverBee profit calculator here is it breaks down everything for you. So your revenue, your total fees, as well as your total cost that you plug in. The second product is personalized golf balls. And again, the same principle applies here. You're not limiting yourself because you're offering personalization, which is huge, but you do need to figure out how you can creatively market to your audience. And we'll see a handful of different examples here. So here's just a basic one where you have your logo. You can market towards businesses. Another one, your photo logo text here. This guy just doing funny faces of a friend, a custom ball with your name. Then there's some clever ones here, like this example. If found, please hit better than Jeremy did. Another example here, Billy's 50th, let's party. So they're marketing towards birthdays, but you could do anniversaries, you could do bachelor parties. Really, the options are endless on how you want to market it. Here's a perfect example. They have a few different varieties here. So pets, faces, and then a birthday gift. But a lot of fun ways that you can personalize these golf balls and make some really good money with them. And the benefit of selling products within the golf niche is typically people who are golfing tend to have money because it is an expensive hobby. So they're willing to spend money on items like this for their friends, family, or themselves. Okay, let's run our product analytics tool here. I'll sort this by all time again, just as we did with the puzzles, and sort it by sales. And we'll look at this third one here because when I was doing the research for this, I noticed there are a handful of golf balls that are more branded golf balls like Titleist, which are more expensive balls. But regardless, with the print on demand ones that you're selling, they're still very high quality. They're just not branded with these big name brands. But they work perfect for gifting, and that's who you are targeting. So look at this third one here, and as I click on it, we'll notice it has 74 monthly sales. Monthly revenue is $962. Total sales is $6,274. It's 40 months old. It's getting a lot of views, a lot of favorites, and it's getting a fair amount of monthly reviews. We'll look at the trend graph here. Seems to be more consistent throughout the year than the puzzles did. So it seems to sell well throughout the year. It does seem to spike though during the holidays, as it is a great gift for the holidays. And then also it tends to spike in the spring, early summer, because that's when everyone is golfing. So again, we know that this is selling well. It has a bestseller badge. In demand, 3 people bought this in the last 24 hours. And then reviews. Has a handful of reviews, not nearly as much as that puzzle did, but on the 9th, the 6th, the 6th, the 2nd, the 30th, the 29th, so it's still getting recent reviews. So you know that this item is selling. So now let's look at our pricing and break it down and see if it is profitable to sell golf balls on Etsy with print on demand. So over on Printify, they have just one option to choose from. It's golf balls. It's a 6-piece set, has a Surlyn cover plus rubber hard plastic core, one size. It comes with a pack of 6 golf balls and then one design for the whole set. So you can print it on just one side here. The print provider is highly rated, 9.4, located in the US. Average production time is 2.4 days, so quick turnaround. And then print areas front side, the size is 1.7 inches. So now let's break down the cost here. So we'll go to provider info. If I'm using Printify Premium, 6 golf balls will cost $15.46. So I'll go ahead and plug that in. The cost to ship these golf balls for standard shipping in the US, 2 to 5 business days, is $9.29 for the first item. And then for the examples, this first example here, for 6 golf balls one-sided, they're charging $29.22. And it looks like they're charging $10.44 to ship. Okay, so total fees and costs is $28.97. Net profit is $10.69. Your net profit margin is 26%. So the margins aren't as great as they are for the puzzles, but still a great item to sell. And if you market it right, they could do very well. Okay, let's look at one more example here. This one here, a set of 6 golf balls. So they have 2 options to choose from. Same photo or text or different photo or text. We'll do same photo or text. That will cost $41.95. And shipping costs $4.95. So the margins are a lot better on this listing here. Total net profit is $17.24, and the net profit margin is 36%. So really pretty great for print on demand, especially because you're not doing any of the printing or shipping yourself. To make $17 each sale is awesome. The next product is personalized playing cards. And a lot of these sellers are following the similar strategies to what the sellers were doing for puzzles as well as for golf balls. They're marketing towards couples as well as for weddings, pets, families, etc. So just think of creative ways you can market to your audience and stand out in search results. But as we run our product analytics tool here, I'll sort this by all time. And for this top performing listing here, monthly sales is $348, monthly revenue is over $1,000, total sales is $5,173. It's getting a lot of views, a lot of favorites, and then it also averages a decent amount of monthly reviews. Trends graph is fairly consistent throughout the year, so there's not big dips like we saw with the previous product. So this is a great evergreen product that you can sell year round. We'll jump over to Printify now and do a cost breakdown. So it looks like there's only one option for cards. So they have the poker playing cards, smooth 300 GSM premium coated cardstock paper. The size of a card seems like it's standard, 2.5 by 3.5. A standard deck of 52 playing cards with 2 joker cards, and you can print on the back of each card, and it comes in a clear acrylic box. For the print provider, again, they're highly rated, 8.8, located in the US. Average production time is 2 days. Print area front side, and it looks like they print in vibrant colors and perfect for dealing and shuffling. So it seems like a high quality product that your customers would be happy with. So the cost of these playing cards with Printify Premium is $9.92. I'll go ahead and plug this in my profit calculator. And then for shipping these cards, for standard shipping in the US, 2 to 5 business days, it will cost $6.79 for the first item. And now let's look at a few examples on Etsy and see what they're charging. So this first example here, for one deck with a case, they're charging $16.79. And it looks like they have a lot of options so that you can buy from one deck to 100 decks. Or you can buy the card case only, which is interesting. And that's how they're appearing so cheap in search results. But in reality, they're charging the $16.79. And then for shipping, they're charging $9.99. Okay, so total fees is $19.73. Net profit is $7.05. You're above that $5 mark for profit, which is always a standard for me. And then net profit margin is 26%. This next example here, they're charging $21.50. So it looks like they're charging a little bit more than that previous example. For shipping, they are charging $5.95. So very similar to the other example, your net profit $7.66. Your net profit margin is 27%. Now that you know what to sell, let's talk about how to sell it. In the past, I'd always been hesitant to offer personalized listings myself. The main reason being that they can be really time consuming to fulfill. And my goal with a business like this has always been to keep it as hands-off and passive as possible. Selling custom products means a lot of back and forth between you and your customer, manual design and product edits, and extra steps every time you receive an order. This is okay if you only have a few orders, but if your listing takes off and you start receiving 10, 20, 50 plus orders a day, it can very quickly turn into you spending all of your time fulfilling custom orders, especially during the peak season. And nobody wants to be drowning in work during the holidays. This is where HelloCustom comes in. It automates that whole process, making it all way more manageable. HelloCustom integrates with both Printify and Etsy, so you create your product on Printify and push it to your Etsy shop as normal, but then you can program the customized design options within HelloCustom to automate everything. You upload your designs, and if you use Canva, it is now integrated with HelloCustom as well, so you can add your designs with a click of a button without having to download them first. And then you can tag the different elements according to what type of personalization they are, like image, name, date, etc. You can even give the tags instructions like convert date to month/day/year/year format, or convert date to a Roman numeral format, or you can tell it to put specific characters like an and sign or a heart between names. You can program color patterns for your text so every order automatically has the pattern applied, and you can create image, text, and color collections to give your customers more customization options within each design so they can pick their font, text color, or create a fully customized design by choosing their different elements. The tags are where you can make it really custom so you can get exactly what you need with minimal effort. Then when a customer adds their personalization info when placing their order on Etsy, HelloCustom will read the requests, extract what is needed, and automatically apply or convert the personalized details to the correct format for the product graphic without you having to do anything. All you have to do is approve the order in your queue, and it goes into production. The part I'm most excited about, though, is they just released a new update where your customers now have the option to see a live preview of the final product before they order. In this, they can add their personalized text, upload their custom photos, and/or choose their font, text color, or graphics until it looks how they want it to. Once they're happy with it, they can then copy and paste the reference link into the personalization box on Etsy, and the design is ready to go without you having to do anything at all. This is huge because it not only creates a better buying experience for your customers, but it also reduces the amount of customer service that you have to do with sending proofs back and forth. I have a link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself, and if you are interested in a step-by-step walkthrough tutorial of HelloCustom and all of its features, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look into creating a full in-depth video about it. When it comes to selling on Etsy, there are so many different variables and strategies that it can honestly feel very overwhelming. This is why I took the time to study 100 Etsy shops with 100,000 sales or more and break down the 6 main strategies that these top sellers are using. These are strategies you can start applying today to boost your own sales, so be sure to watch this video next. And before you go, drop the word unusual in the comments so I know you made it to the end. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.